Hey, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, back again with another video for you guys today. If you're new to the channel and you like the content that I create, please consider liking, subscribing, and share the video. And don't forget to comment down below. Today, we are looking at, does a hot elf live next door to you? I know one doesn't live next door to me. So, the year is 22X. Japan has entered what they like to call an inter-isekai exchange program, I guess you could say. What happened was a bunch of fantasy creatures came through a portal and were like, hey, who wrote this cool isekai manga? We need to know who wrote this. And they were like, oh, and they fall in love with the world of isekai manga, which causes isekai manga, light novels, etc. to blow up in the country of Japan and basically be the coolest thing ever. Just kind of like Shonen Jump, or let's say the comic book boom of the 90s. So what ends up happening is fantasy creatures from other worlds start to come and live in our world in an exchange program and get to learn more about our society, as well as we get to learn more about them. And this particular manga centers around one particular guy named Kenta. Kenta is just your normal, average high school student. He's a sophomore. He wants to be the next best manga artist, and he wants to create the next best isekai manga, if you know what I'm getting at. Well, one day while working on his draft for working and competing in this competition, this manga competition, he goes off to send off his work, and he gets attacked by a king slime. And the king slime is suffocating him. Kenta is about to die, and he gets saved by Cert. And Cert is this hot-ass elf right here. Cert, the flaming realm, I believe that's what they call her. That's what her title is. She shows up just in her panties with her giant flame sword, and she's like, oh, I'll save you, And she finds out that he is a potential isekai mangaka, and that his particular manga that he's working on is of elves. So Sir is so excited to read this particular book, and she's so excited that elves are being depicted in manga that she wants to read his manga. So she goes to his apartment, reads the manga, and is like, oh, this is good, but your depiction of elves is just shitty. And she burns his manga up, and he's like, what are you doing? Oh my god, oh no, that's my life's work. And then she proceeds to get angry and be like, look, you disrespected me because of the way you represented elves in this manga. You are going to die, or you can fall in love with me, basically, or I can fall in love with you, whatever it was. I was really confused about that part, honestly. And though she blows up the house, because she's a pyro elf, and that's where our manga kind of begins, in a nutshell. It's about her experience the world of our world, and him learning about and creating the best isekai manga he can possibly create. And so they kind of a love romantic thing going on a little bit. There's a little thing in there, talking about, the depiction of elves and stuff like that. It's a really interesting book. So let's go in and talk about the artwork in this. This is a Ghost Ship title, published by Seven Seas, obviously. Ghost Ship is more of a adult reader friendly, when it comes to manga. And this one, the manga, the artwork is actually pretty fun. I really enjoy it. There's some of the artwork right there at the beginning. Then we have more of the artwork right there. The artwork is actually really good. I really like a lot of the artwork when it comes to this isekai-ness of this fantasy world. It's a lot of fun. Not really too much to complain about. I enjoyed the story. I thought the story was fun. I love the parts in it when it's Cert and Kenta interacting together. Those are probably the best parts in this manga. It goes towards the middle of this manga, it diverges from the creating of Kenta's manga into almost like an everyday life, sort of like slice of life thing where Cert is doing things in everyday life, which I thought was fine, but I was really more interested into the creating manga aspect, which it goes back around into that afterwards, towards the end of the manga, which starts to focus on that again. So the manga honestly started to lose my interest kind of in the middle, but it picked back up towards the end. I actually really did end up enjoying the manga towards the end of this. So it was a little bit hit and miss. The comedy is actually really funny because how they take the different isekai tropes, especially if you read a lot of isekai manga, you'll start to see there's a lot of tropes in isekai manga that get reused over and over and over again. And this is actually a pretty fun little commentary on isekai manga that I really, really did enjoy. And you get different hints or references at other manga. Like there's one that I caught that was a Slayer's reference at one point, which is pretty fun, and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a fun manga. I enjoyed it for the most part. I will be picking up Volume 2 eventually. It's not a terrible manga. I think my expectations were I had higher expectations going into this manga than I did after reading this manga. It's not bad. It's fun. There is fan service in this book. It's not over the top fan service, but there is fan service in this book. When the fan service is actually pretty funny. The interactions between Kenta and Cert are freaking hysterical sometimes. It's funny how she acts when she's talking about manga and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of some people I've met occasionally in my manga journey of myself, you know. But yeah, it's fun to look at manga through the eyes of a fantasy character, and the manga that's being drawn in the manga is based on said character. It's kind of funny in seeing her reaction to this thing. This is not a bad manga. It's a fun manga. It won't be for everybody, but I did enjoy it for the most part. Let me know what you think of it. If you've read it, if you're going to read it, let me know. It's not a bad read. It might not blow your socks off, depending on your expectations of the manga, but I actually did enjoy Does a Hot Elf Live Next Door to You? You know, it's not bad. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys later. Peace out. Stay safe. Enjoy the manga you're reading.